Doesn't it piss you off when you catch an omoplata and they just posture up? Like for example, here I caught Ashley and she just goes up. That's one way she can do it. Another way that she can defend the omoplata is the good old shoulder roll. You catch the omoplata, they roll and they come up in the top position. And one of the more common escapes is you catch the omoplata and they simply stepped over and now they're in side control. Let's take care of all this.
Okay, here's how I will start to drill the omoplata, just so you guys can understand how to move side to side, how to catch the omoplata, what to do with your hips and your legs. Okay, remember, we're not going over the finishes right now. We're just going over the body mechanics that you need in order to catch the omoplata. My partner, she's gonna be a great partner and just feed me the omoplata. So from the close guard, which is probably, my opinion, the easiest way to learn the omoplata, my partner is gonna feed me an arm. She's gonna turn away. I want you guys to look, this leg is coming through. I get almost parallel to her, or actually I do get parallel, and I can just lock my legs really quick. Watch the transition. I open, I use this leg to swing me. As I'm swinging over, she's feeding me the other arm. She puts the head away, and then using no hands on the mat, you can use your elbows a little bit to adjust. You catch the omoplata on the other side. And now we're just gonna go side to side, go ahead. Boom, catch. Catch. If you do this enough, look, even no arms. The momentum will take you all the way to the other side. It's a good way to warm up as well with your core. Boom. After you guys do this and you warm up, I would suggest maybe 2 sets of 20. Trust me, it adds up pretty quick. Once you're warmed up, let's work on an entry. Because that drill that we just did, honestly, it's not realistic. Nobody's just gonna hand you the arm, right? So you kinda gotta not force, but you gotta work on the entries as well. From the close guard, a safe way you guys can go about it is you get a grip on the sleeve, 4-finger grip. You'll get a cross grip on the lapels, okay? It almost looks like a scissor sweep. I unlock my guard, I go to my scissor sweep motion, but then I open my knee, and I put 1 foot on the hip and 1 foot on the arm. This is called the collar sleeve, okay? Once in collar sleeve, I'm gonna yank the arm into me. Notice how I'm lifting the elbow, right? And I'm gonna make the same leg motion I did before with the entry. I go over, I put the hand on my hip pocket, I go on a parallel with her, and let's just catch for here. Okay, so all we're adding is the entry. Reset. Boom, I use this leg to swing me right back, okay? Other side, get a grip on the sleeve, get a cross grip on the lapel. I pretend I'm thinking of going for a scissor sweep motion. Boom, I open my knee. I put the foot here on the hip to create some distance and a frame, and then my other foot will go either on the shoulder or just on the bicep. I'm gonna stretch her out. This is called, again, the collar sleeve guard, okay? As I stretch her out, look, this leg is gonna the arm, I'm gonna punch through my hip, and then this leg is gonna come over, bringing me to the omoplata position. You can keep this collar grip, you don't have to. Remember, we're catching the omoplata from a collar sleeve guard, which came from the close guard. So if I was to drill this a little bit, look, I'll go here. Boom, catch, release. Stay connected to the person, all right? One last time. Boom, done. Okay, so now we're gonna focus on what happens usually when you do an omoplata. See, an omoplata is not that hard to catch. It is a little bit more difficult to finish. So earlier, we talked about 3 escapes that you might do. The way I'm gonna show you guys the omoplata will take care of most of that. There's no perfect technique. There are only trade-offs. So when somebody shows you something like, hey, here's the way I do it, you guys have to think, what are the pros and cons of the way that technique is shown versus the way this guy shows. Every technique has a plus, every technique has a minus, okay? What I'm gonna show you is not perfect, but it's very close.
I go again for my collar sleeve. Boom, boom. I go for my omoplata. Okay. Watch the transition. Turn a little bit this way. No. Turn your face away. There you go. Okay. Watch. I switch. I grab the ankle. I grab the opposite hip. And most important, I turn into her. And then this leg, the one on the triangle that's long, is going to go right on the head to break the posture. Watch what I'm blocking here. I'm blocking her being able to go out and posture up for me. Nope. I'm curling my heel into me, which breaks her posture because it's controlling her head. I'm grabbing the hip because if she wants to do a roll right now, go ahead and roll. I'm pulling that hip right into me, okay? And she cannot step over me because I'm controlling this near side leg. So again, I'm killing 3 of the escapes, the more common escapes that you guys will face in the omoplata. 1, she postures up. 2, she rolls over the shoulder. 3, she will step over me. This is how I kill number 1. I break her posture. This is how I kill number 2. I grab the hip, not allow her to roll. This is how I kill, turn here. So 1 will be the leg, 2 will be the hip. I highly suggest you guys grab the pants, the belt, sometimes move. Pants are not gonna move. And then 3, I grab the ankle, okay? And I put heavy pressure on the shoulder. If you guys see, go up for a second. Look at this adjustment I'm doing with my hips. Boom. I'm turning my inside knee a little bit, which breaks her posture, okay? So now how I would drill this is, here. We just went over the drills. Look, from the collar sleeve, from the close guard to the collar sleeve. Once I'm over here, I switch grip or ankle. Watch this knee is gonna drop to the hip pocket. This leg is gonna go on top of the head and I grab, okay? I'm showing you how to stop her 3 escapes. How you finish the omoplata, I wanna talk about in a second, okay? So now that you guys understand those little details, how I would drill this now is, again, the quicker you get to those things, the better off you are. Sorry, right here. One more time. All right, so we cover drill number 1, which was the very basic entry to the omoplata. I wouldn't even say an entry, but just getting your body mechanics so you know how to catch the omoplata. Drill number 2, we actually worked on an entry from the close guard to the collar slip guard to the omoplata. Drill number 3, we work on adding the details for you to stop your partner from being able, 1, posturing up, 2, doing a shoulder roll, 3, stepping over, okay? So the last thing that we need to cover is how to finish the omoplata, right? We're gonna go again from the close guard. I get my collar sleeve. I pretend I'm going for a scissor sweep, right? I get frame. Frame number 1 will be here on the hips, another one on the shoulder. I extend, I catch the omoplata. I do my switch here of the grip, break the posture with the leg. Okay, so here's where we're at, right? How do you actually finish? I need to be able to get up. Remember, this is just to stop her from being able to escape. Turn. This is just to stop her from being able to escape. So what I'm gonna do is watch this leg over here, the one that has the knee down, I'm going to extend. That's gonna push her shoulder down on the mat, which is going to allow me to come up. You do have to be careful that you don't kick too much, that you loosen up the elbow. And then if you lose the elbow, there is no omoplata, okay? So assuming you're doing everything else right, you're here, watch. Extend, kick, I grab the elbow, okay? Some finishes that I've seen, you keep your legs locked like this. In my opinion, it's not as good. Look at this foot, I can't put pressure into her too much. What I like to do is I release the lock on my legs. Turn here for a second. I grab this elbow. Remember, I don't want to lose the elbow. If I lose the elbow, it's done. I underhook this far side, and I'm in this position, okay? All I have to do is now I can push from the mat, and I just raise the elbow to go into the back of her head, the neck, okay? Once again, if you have this lock position, like look, you can't really push into her. So, but if you unlock your legs, now she has room
to take the arm out, right? So as soon as I come up, before I unlock, I grab the elbow, I pull it up. Go ahead and skip that elbow for me. Nope, I pull that elbow up, and now I go into it. Okay, more time. Let's go this way. Close guard, collar sleeve, omoplata, transition to stopper escapes. Watch this knee. I'm going to push everything forward, and as I'm doing so, I get up, boom, right here. I underhook the far side. I grab the elbow, unlock my legs, making sure that my foot can post on the mat. Now I'm just gonna simply bring the elbow to her neck, okay? The best way for this person not to be able to get back up, build base, and push me back on my back is for you guys to actually lay on top of the person. See, even here, go ahead and start to build a base. See, her hips are gonna start to come up, and if she does her job, she's gonna knock me right back on my back. I don't want that, right? But once I get her flat, go flat on your back again. I underhook, and now she's carrying my body weight. Go ahead and do that. No way. She's carrying my body weight, plus I can push into it more, okay? And then we finish. So hopefully you guys like those details to finish the omoplata. The omoplata, again, it's easy to catch. Not a whole lot of people spend too much time on like how to stop the escapes. The escapes are pretty easy to do if you catch them early, but if you can stop the escapes from happening altogether, even if you have to hold the omoplata there for a bit, you will eventually have the time to finish the omoplata.